Okay, hello V8Volvos.com. Taking a look at the engine sitting in here right now. See, it's sitting on the motor mounts. Pretty tight fit down here. Things are a little bit twisted. The clearances aren't exactly right. It's not really set yet. I need to get back behind there, behind the transmission, and see how much more banging needs to be done, but it's pretty close. As you can tell, the transmission is in here, as well as a whole ton of wiring. I had to do a little bit of beating on the trans tunnel to make it fit, but not a whole lot. And yes, I know the wiring is a disaster. It's getting there. But yeah, if you take a look, I also hit this corner over here under the battery with the Eastwood rust converter, because that got kind of rusty there, and there's a couple spots on the frame rails I'm going to hit too. But overall, so far so good. It fits and hood closes and all that good stuff. So I'm pretty happy so far. The radiator support got a little banged up. Hopefully I can beat that back out so it doesn't look too bad. But everything fits. We've got enough clearance to the firewall. It's offset a little bit to the passenger side like we wanted it. And turns out I'm going to end up using the stock fuel lines after all, because I had posted at one point that I was going to get rid of them and use the stock Chevy ones. But I hadn't realized that the stock Volvo ones were metal. I thought for some reason that they were some kind of plastic or poly because they're green. I don't know if you can actually see it here or not, but plenty of room there. And if we crawl under real quick, we'll take a look, see underneath here. You can see, unfortunately, this big tubular brace here, it has to move. It has to move because it hits the bell housing, and I actually got a grinder and tried to grind one of the ribs off the bell housing, thinking that would be enough clearance. Nowhere near. It needs to come down about 2 inches, so that whole bar gets to be re-engineered because I'm keeping that. That's a nice big chassis brace. And then we've got everything over here. We've got shifter linkage to work on and a bunch of other little things, and once everything's set, I can measure for the drive shaft and get the drive shaft cut. So there we have it. Update number 1. I'm going to try to make these updates a little more often, and hopefully this week or this weekend I can start figuring out what I'm going to do with the ECU and where I'm going to put some of the wiring.